A man fired a gun inside of a Houston, Texas airport, and he is charged with only a misdemeanor. In fact, the lowest class of misdemeanor. This is a passenger who was at the Delta ticket counter in Terminal A of Houston, Texas International Airport, fired a gun without meaning to yesterday. Apparently, he had a gun in his carry-on baggage, and he was taking it out, loaded, of course, to check it. That's when it reportedly fired while inside his bag. The man was detained and questioned. He's facing a deadly conduct charge, which happens to only be a Class A misdemeanor. So yeah, you negligently discharge a gun in a crowded place, specifically an airport, and it's merely a misdemeanor. And in fact, in Texas, Class A misdemeanors are the lowest grade of misdemeanor. They're punishable by up to a year in jail, a fine of $4,000, or both jail time and the fine. Pimping, for example, and carrying a gun without a permit are examples of Class A misdemeanors. The lowest level misdemeanor to someone who negligently fires a gun inside of an airport, shouldn't it be, if you don't think a felony, at least a severe type of misdemeanor, as opposed to this is the lowest thing we can charge you with?
Yeah, considering that your negligence and stupidity could have easily got someone killed, I think that warrants a higher level of misdemeanor. So, yes, I would agree with you there.
Meanwhile, people in prison for life for nonviolent marijuana related crimes. This guy fires a gun in an airport. And of course, the articles talk about, and it was an accidental firing of the gun. We're talking about negligent gun ownership. You have a gun, it has been entrusted to you to operate responsibly. And without you intending to, you fired it. It was loaded, who knows why, in the airport. You fire it in an airport. That's not an accident. That is negligence. You have violated the trust that has been placed in you with regard to the safe operation and handling of that firearm.
It's incredible. People are always just given the benefit of the doubt, and they think that, yeah, accidental. I mean, that's a term that should just never be used in these situations.
I try to avoid flying through Houston or Dallas anytime I fly. And if you live in the Northeast, depending on where you're going, very often Houston or Dallas come up as sort of the most reasonable connecting places for you. I avoid it. The only time I have flown through Texas or into Texas is actually when I went to Austin with some other friends to visit Lewis. And otherwise, I don't want any of those airports getting even $1 of gate fees from me. And I'm guessing, Lewis, once you move out of Texas, you'll probably do the same.
Yeah, living in Austin, you have no choice. It's a small airport. You have to go through Houston or Dallas almost all the time, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I guess I will probably try to avoid that in the future.